Coming up on ABC 13 and You, a 3-year-old boy on a mission for selfies.
1, 2, 3.
How Ryan's challenge is raising awareness of the rare and deadly disease he's been diagnosed with.
The doctors don't even know about it. Why would anybody else worry about it?
The legendary Houston chef who's living the American dream.
When I finish it, it's over.
How he went from a dishwasher to a culinary superstar.
Houston is full of opportunity. Very humble to be here and to be part of this great community.
A new use for old shipping containers. How a local nonprofit is turning them into affordable housing for veterans in need.
We don't have volunteers. Once you're in, you're family.
She's blazing a trail for women in the oil industry. The young engineer behind the first ever line of safety wear just for women.
It's been a long time that it's needed to be done. There's such an improvement because they actually fit.
And hit the rewind button and let's go back to the days of Pac-Man and Tetris. It's a gamer's paradise at Retropalooza this weekend. ABC 13 and You starts now.
All right, it's 10 o'clock here on the Saturday morning, and we're back. Thanks for being with us here for ABC 13 and You. I'm Chauncey Glover.
And I'm Foti Kalurgis. We're going to get right to our first story here. He's a little boy with an infectious smile, but Ryan Dolliver doesn't know that he's living with a very rare and deadly disease.
That's right. There's no cure right now, but his family is hoping to change that. They came up with a very unique way to spread awareness.
Ryan Dolliver looks like a normal 3-year-old boy. He's full of endless energy and loves to play with his big sister. But from the time he first started crawling, his mom and dad noticed something was wrong.
When he was about 6 months old, he started bruising real easily on the legs, and that's where it started.
As Ryan got older, the bruises started appearing all over his body.
We had him in an umbrella stroller for 20 minutes. When I got him out and took him home and put him in the bath, he had bruises up and down his spine.
Ryan's parents drove him to doctors all over the state, but after months of testing, his condition was still a mystery. It wasn't until a genetic specialist looked at Ryan's case that the Dollivers finally got a devastating diagnosis.
None of the doctors had ever heard of it. Never seen it before.
Ryan had an extremely rare and life-threatening disease called vascular Ehlers-Danlos, or VEDS for short.
It's a genetic syndrome in which his body doesn't produce collagen 3.
Without collagen, the connective tissues that bind Ryan's body together are weak, and he is extremely susceptible to injury.
And he's prone to ruptures of the aorta and all the organs. Just a scary deal. Anytime that he falls or bumps his head, there's a big gash. It's automatic to go to the hospital and make sure he's not bleeding internally or there's an aneurysm in the brain.
The Dollivers had to make big changes around their house just to keep Ryan safe.
We actually put yoga mat throughout our entire house just to make sure that if he did fall, there was a little bit of padding.
We even got rid of our dogs. We were just afraid that if they ever got riled up, that they would knock him over.
Even with the most careful precautions, Ryan can still get bruised hard when he falls down.
Every kid's head is the first thing that hits the...
Like even potty training, he fell. He lost his grip and head hit the bathtub, which you wouldn't think a bathtub would do anything, and he had to get 7 staples.
And whenever we go to the hospitals, we're like, we need to be seen immediately. Being my son, could die right here, right now, if we don't have him seen immediately.
There is no cure for VEDS and very little research.
Whenever we got the diagnosis, the geneticist came in the room, handed us a piece of paper from the Mayo Clinic and said, here you go, that was it. There was no information on how to, raise a child who has this.
That's why the Dollivers decided to start Ryan's Challenge, a nonprofit aimed at funding research and hopefully one day finding a cure.
Getting the awareness out there is a huge challenge.
But the Dollivers got pretty creative, coming up with a fun way to raise awareness.
There we go. 1, 2, 3.
We wanted to set the record for the most selfies taken with news reporters, media personality, talk show hosts, so they can help share our story and really get the word out there.
ABC 13 was happy to take on that challenge.
And I wanted to know if you were coming. How are you?
Ryan and his family visited our studio, and our crew couldn't wait to collect some selfies.
This is our selfie. Okay, look right here.
For the Dollivers, each selfie is worth 1,000 words.
We've seen a 5,000% increase since we started this on just people who are coming to the website and seeing what it's all about.
Now Ryan's challenge is giving the Dollivers and families like them new hope that they may one day be able to win the fight against vets.
It's possible that we could cure this thing.
Yes, it is possible. I have to get me a selfie with Mr. Ryan there. It's such a great idea. We do have a link to more information on Ryan's challenge on our website at abc13.com, including where you can go and donate.
A Houston restaurant